Let's talk about a race that is for sure to put a smile on your face. Halflings. Halflings, or Hin, is a race similar to humans, though, as the name might suggest, about half the size. Think somewhere between 81 and 100 centimeters tall and weighing less than 20 kilograms. So in many ways, they just resemble smaller humans, with usually about the same proportions as an adult human. Most halflings have darker hair and eyes, and their skin tone most commonly as varied as humans. Beards were rarely seen on male halflings, but a lot of them wore long sideburns. When it comes to their hair, halflings are known to prefer complex hairstyles with weaving and braids. While halflings also like collecting curios and odds, they rarely wear them on their person, preferring a simple and comfortable style. Halflings tend to live slightly longer than humans, reaching adulthood in their early 20s, and some living up to 150 years old. Halflings are, in general, a very friendly and inviting people. They would even welcome an orc into their group if they knew the orc had no ill intent. The smaller people do seem to have a knack for finding out whether there was ill intent or even danger lurking, and the saying, "luck of the halfling," is definitely not without its cause. Most halflings are more than happy to live life minding their own immediate surroundings, not really aspiring to greatness but happily enjoying a life of ease where they fulfill their appointed tasks in their community and spend the rest of the day relaxing. Some halflings, however, did succumb to their natural curiosity and choose the life of an adventurer, and fellow travelers would soon find out just how courageous this smaller race could be. These adventuring halflings were mostly inspired by the stories told by their elders about adventuring halflings or even their deities. Halflings have several deities or gods, though they don't really see them as such. They see them more as a family member. Yondala, their main deity, is credited for the halflings' unnatural luck and for the creation of their other deities. Arvorin is their inspiration for when it comes to battle and has given them battle tactics such as the scatter strike, turtle shell, or fiddle and crack. Sheila Periroil is their nature's guardian, and every community makes sure to put aside a place for her. A halfling that steps on a flower often apologizes to Sheila for doing so. Charmelaine is praised for her keen sense, and is told to have even taken treasure from the lair of Tiamat herself. She is told to be able to move so fast that her boots smoke and even catch fire. Tirolali is the embodiment of friendship and hospitality, and is said to have helped the human town of a rampaging troll by tricking it with her pies and luring it into the den of a red drake. Brandobaris is probably the reason there even exist adventuring halflings, for he is the star in most of the stories. A dashing trickster and patron of thieves, many halflings drawn to adventuring are said to have a bit of Brandobaris in them. Lastly, there is Urogalan. In ancient times, Urogalan had set out with his faithful hound, and upon return was clad in a white robe and simply sat, without speaking a word, as the world went by him. When he finally did speak, he spoke of the green fields where the halfling deities lived alongside the halflings that had passed away. Urogalan is said to scour the multiverse and guide deceased halflings to their eternal homes in the green fields. Halfling communities were often found near larger settlements, though for some reason weren't all that easy to find. Adventurers who had been lucky enough to find one of the communities found that trusting in their instincts helped them to find it again much better, as opposed to their sight or sense of direction. These communities held a love for good storytelling, and the eldest of the halflings were often such good storytellers that their audience could smell the pie they spoke about or feel the boiling lava of the tale's volcano. In fact, halflings valued storytelling and legend so much that, unwittingly, they often had access to knowledge thought to be long lost to other races. Most of these stories, however, was about how a certain family came upon their name. For example, how the fish skipper beat a troll by skipping a fish over the pond and hitting it in the head. These communities also held a love for simple foods. Cheese, fish caught from the stream, bread, ale, and more cheese was enough to satisfy most halflings. They sometimes also made food like the humans, adding things like sausages and the likes, though they made them more chewy and rubbery, avoiding strong spices as well. Now, if you like this video about the basics of the halflings in Dungeons & Dragons, make sure to check out my other video about the Wood Elves.